And speaking of Tarik El-Bashir, he joins us now live. And Tarik, you have a story over on our website right now talking about the top 5 prospects within the Capitals organization. Before we get into player specific, take us through the formula and how this is built.
Well, essentially, I talked to people within the organization and some people outside of the organization to get a feel for where people in the NHL believe that the Capitals' top prospects kind of slot in. And I didn't count players who were over 25, so the Joe Sniders of the world did not make this list. And I also didn't count players who have already graduated to the NHL roster, like a Connor McMichael. And in the process of reporting the story, you know what really jumped out at me, Alexa? The fact that this prospect pipeline right now is as in good a shape as it's been in a number of years. For a while, the Capitals had kind of been in this win now mode where they were trading draft picks and other types of things to build their roster up at the deadline to bolster their roster going into the playoffs. And sometimes they even had to trade young players in order to make cap space to bring someone off long-term injured reserve. So they had been in that mode for a long time. And more recently, I feel like they put more of a premium on bringing those draft assets back into the fold. And right now, I got a list of actually the top 10 on the website, beginning with Ryan Leonard, the number 8 overall draft pick last year.
Yeah, super exciting, Tarik, and I think music to these Capitals fans' ears because it brings the median age down, seeing some of these young prospects with the club, and I think the future is near. So you love seeing them stack up their pool here as you're looking at the top 5 prospects on Tarik's list, and at the top there is Ryan Leonard, the 8th overall pick in this past draft. Right now, Tarik playing at Boston College. What have you seen, and what'd you like most about the pick from the Caps?
You know, he's a player who brings a lot of things to the table. He can be really physical. He's really competitive. Now, there's some people out there that compare him to Tom Wilson. I don't know if that's fair. Tom Wilson is, a much larger player. He's kind of a unicorn. He kind of is, a very special player. But Ryan Leonard has some of those traits. Fans might remember there was a video the Capitals posted from summer development camp where Leonard was actually chirping some of his fellow campers. That just speaks to the competitiveness that he has when he's out there on the ice. He just kind of turns up the temperature in games, in practices. He wants to win. He wants to be the best version of himself all of the time. And like I said, he can be physical, but he also has the skill necessary to produce. He can score goals. Like you said, he's having a great year at Boston College. He's a freshman right now on a stacked Boston College team. He's really physically mature, which, I think that's going to bode well for him in terms of how quickly he's going to be able to get to the NHL. The Capitals like to overcook their prospects. They always use that word, overcook their prospects. But, because he is so strong and has that kind of that pro body, that pro build right now, I think he might be able to push for a roster spot in Washington as soon as next season.
Well, Miroshnichenko is a guy we've seen flashes in D.C. How have you seen his development as he prepares for the NHL level?
The fact that he put it upon himself to come over from Russia. He really wanted to play in Hershey this year. That speaks volumes about how determined Ivan is to playing for the Capitals sooner rather than later. Look, there are going to be comparisons to Alex Ovechkin. Again, like the Tom Wilson and Ryan Leonard comparison. I don't know if that's totally fair, but here's a kid who loves to score. He's a right shot who likes to play on the left side. That reminds you a lot of Ovi. In talking to people in and around the organization, he's down in Hershey right now. He's producing. He's having a great time. His English is getting better. One thing that people, evaluators look for with young players who come over from Europe is, are they thoroughly engaged? Are they in the moment? Are they having fun playing over here as they learn the language and get more comfortable with the culture? And everything that I've heard is he is totally dialed in. I think, Alexa, that Miroshnichenko is probably going to play some games for the Capitals this season.
Wow. I like that, Tarik. All right, some great insights, some great reporting. Thank you so much for joining us. And fans, make sure to head over to our website, Monumental Sports Network, to check out all the latest that Tarik has covering this team.